You don't need 10K followers to be an authority. And I'm very sure about it because nobody has 10K followers when they start their journey. I didn't have, many others didn't have. And I've seen experts with when they had about just 2K and 3K subscribers to their channels and followers. And today they have millions. But here is something that they kept doing. The one thing that they kept doing is adding value, adding value, adding value. And it's not about validation that you seek in the number of followers that you have or the number of subscribers that you have, because even you might have 1 million followers and still the value that you're adding might be to someone who has not even visited your channel, or might have seen only a couple of your videos or a couple of your content and read your articles on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or somewhere, and might have made such an impact on their lives that they would have transformed themselves, and they would have transformed their families, their relationships, their health, their wealth, and their confidence, and you could have added a lot of value. But what I'm going to speak today and what I'm going to share today probably is from a different perspective. And the perspective is that you willing to even create value and share value with others itself is such a massive thing in itself, which is where you need to look at owning your authority. And your authority doesn't come from having a number of subscribers, a number of yes. And I'm not saying that you don't feel happy about it. Of course you feel happy about it, because you have subscribers, because people have subscribed to the very idea of listening to you and watching your videos and listening to your content, and they feel that there is something valuable in you and your presence and your content. But what I'm sharing is, when you come from a place of creating something from your own life, from your own wisdom, from your own learning, and you decide to create something to share, so that that invisible person, whoever it is to you, might watch it or might come across it maybe after 10 years, and your video or your article lands into their life where they're really in need of it, and that creates a shift in their life. Probably that is value which cannot be compared with any numbers. And your authority comes from that willingness to actually add value to people's lives. So there are hundreds of speakers and trainers and coaches and experts and leaders who are still waiting for permission, who are still waiting for, or who fear that if I create something, maybe people won't like it, and maybe people don't subscribe to my idea, or maybe I am not good enough. And the moment you want to create some value, the imposter syndrome kicks in, and you start questioning your authority to do that. And you have this negative self-talk going on, which says what gives you authority to share this message, and who are you to do this? But remember one thing: even if your content is not something that is going to be liked by 10K followers, there might be that one person who is truly in need of what you are sharing and your message, and that could transform their lives. And even prior to that, your decision to actually create something of value to share with people itself is such a creation, such a beautiful creation inside out, that there will be hundreds who are waiting for you to do that, for them to allow themselves to get inspired because of you, and for them to go out, express themselves, and create the value that they want to create in their lives. So what are you waiting for? Imposter syndrome is going to be there forever. And I still remember when I was in class 4th or 5th, when I lost my confidence in front of hundreds of students watching me giving a public speech, and I felt very tiny. I felt very small. I felt ashamed, and then I felt I feel that you never overcome that. You just become a little more comfortable with it. You just accommodate that feeling of imposter syndrome. And I have seen experts who have been speaking for 30 years, 40 years, still managing their imposter syndrome. On the positive side, imposter syndrome is a signal that you have just stepped out of your comfort zone, that you are just creating something new, which your energy, which your body, or which your mind, your spirit is not used to. And it's a happy news. Imposter syndrome is a happy news. And especially if you are a change maker, if you are a speaker or a trainer or a coach or an expert or a business leader, imposter syndrome is telling you that you are expanding your comfort zone. You are stepping out of your comfort zone. You are expanding your horizons. And it's a good news. It's a good news that you are being a role model to hundreds of people who will get inspired, whether they have known you or not known you, whether they have seen you or not seen you, whether they have experienced your presence or not experienced your presence. Please understand that we are like fish in the same river, and what I do here might impact somebody on the other side of the planet. What somebody does, somewhere on the other side of the planet can impact me, if I am being open in the universe, and if I'm being receptive to these transformational signals that the universe is sending me. And please remember, we are individualized, souls, but we are traveling in the same energy body, this universe. And where anything that you think, anything that you create, and anything that you share, and anything that you express has an impact which is passed through the universe to it is relayed, it is telecast everywhere. You emit that energy of going out, expressing yourself, and creating something new and expanding your comfort zone. And that is what is the actual impact, and that is where you need to look for your authority. And it is something, it is so beautiful when you do that you don't know, like hundreds of people have created impact on your life, and that is why you are who you are today. And it is because of the courage they had to step out of their comfort zone. It is the courage they had to own their authority. It is the courage they had to expand their horizons, and to accept that discomfort of coming from a place of contribution, coming from a place of service. As a mother, as a father, as a brother and a sister, you aren't worried about authority. You are just concerned about your family members. You are just concerned about the love. You are just concerned about the well-being of the people that you are taking care of. And that is the same kind of energy that you need as an expert, whether you are a speaker or a trainer or a coach or a business leader. Anybody, leadership is owning your authority and starting at a place of creating something of value, and which you so much believe in, that the intention matters more than your delivery. The intention matters more than the quality. The intention matters more than the noise around it. So you don't need 10K followers to actually be an authority. And I have known people who have changed lives with just a couple of videos or a couple of articles, and that has shifted people's lives in a way that nothing else could have done. So I invite you to take a bold step and start creating value. Start coming from a place of authentic influence, which is about contribution, which is about the other selves, which is about the value that you want to truly create by actually being more of who you are, and being focused on who you are being than what you are doing, because what you are doing will always be a byproduct of who you are being as a person inside, within. So it's more about your sincerity in the desire to actually help people, go out and serve people, and coming from a place of stewardship. and that is what is going to make you an amazing leader, and actually a high impact change maker, an authentic influencer. And imposter syndrome, my friend, is always going to be there. It is a happy news. It is something to be proud of. Now here's one activity that I would like to share with you, which can help you, transition these days of imposter syndrome, these moments of imposter syndrome, and will help you step boldly into your own future and created world. You can start your day or end your day, or find some time in your day with a journal and list 3 things that you're proud of. And it could be your thoughts, it could be your ideas, or it could be your action, anything. List 3 things that you are proud of yourself today. And before going to bed or early in the morning next day, you just start writing 3 things, or throughout the day carry a journal with you. The moment you find something good about yourself, the moment you find something which just creates this wow moment for you, and you surprise yourself by doing something that could create massive value for others, write it down and make a collection of all these things that really make you proud of yourself. And you will stop seeking validation from outside, and you won't bother about the numbers, and you will truly become an authentic influencer who's not worried about 10K followers, is worried about that 10 minutes of contribution that you can make to shift somebody's lives inside out. Try this out. And I share a lot of content around authentic influence, and this is especially for change makers, where I want to help through my experiences, my wisdom, to all the speakers, trainers, coaches, and leaders, to amplify their personal influence by helping them build autonomy, own their authority, and improve their articulation. So if you feel this is something that sounds good to you, please subscribe to my channel and share it with your loved ones. Share it, listen to it, watch it, and watch not for motivation, watch for the substance, the essence, and the message that I'm sharing. Thank you so much. Love you. Bye-bye.